Fox News.
The only thing that is predictable about the Middle East, it's that it's unpredictable.
Ruby Hen's son Ite was killed in the Hamas terror attack that triggered the war. His body is among the 4 Americans believed dead that Hamas still holds, along with 3 others who are believed alive and could be released. But Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
The Israeli cabinet is meant to meet today to approve the long-awaited deal that would end fighting in Gaza and bring the hostages home. But Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now says that meeting won't take place. He's accusing Hamas of reneging on parts of the agreement, and he won't convene the cabinet until Hamas backs down.
Trump envoy was involved in the final talks. But in a farewell address last night from the Oval Office, President Biden took credit for the ceasefire deal he says they've worked on for months. And while the president touted the job he's done, he also issued warnings. And Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House.
This is a president, Joe Biden, who wants to be able to say, I told you so. The audience for his scripted remarks last night was less people watching in prime time and more of a gamble that the things he was talking about will come true.
This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked.
4 more Trump nominees we questioned at the Senate this morning. Joining Pam Bondi, who's in line for Attorney General, is there for day 2 of her confirmation hearing at the Senate. A sheriff's deputy is being mourned in Brazoria County, Texas, where a gunman shot Jesus Jesse Vargas, then fled. Hours later, Houston Police Chief Noe Diaz says they found him hiding in a dumpster.
The bad guy shot our canine. Our deputies returned fire.
And he died in that dumpster, the dog being treated for injuries. The winds are calmer around Los Angeles today in the battle against wildfires that have burned down thousands of homes and buildings, at least 25 people killed. America's listening to Fox News.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
We mentioned the confirmation hearings. Here's more on the 4 who will join Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi at the Senate.
Today's schedule of confirmation hearings before Congress gets started with the session for Lee Zeldin, who has been nominated by the president-elect to lead the Environmental Protection Agency. The former New York congressman will appear before the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. Trump's nominee for Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, is expected to take questions from members of the Senate Finance Committee. Bessent, a billionaire money manager from South Carolina, served as one of Trump's central economic advisors during the campaign. Other hearings are scheduled for Interior Department nominee Doug Burgum and Scott Turner, Trump's pick to lead housing and urban development. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Days before President-elect Trump returns to the White House, 52% of people in a Fox News poll say they approve of how the transition's been going. 59% support the Trump plan to deport illegal immigrants charged with crimes, part of a vow to carry out mass deportations following a record surge of illegal border crossings. Some American families who've lost loved ones are going to lose some money, too, as the government claws back payments they shouldn't have gotten.
One U.S. Treasury official calls it the tip of the iceberg. More than $31 million reclaimed as part of a 5-month pilot program using a Social Security Administration database of death records. Congress authorizing the effort in 2021 by giving the Treasury Department access to the so-called full death master file for 3 years, from December 2023 through 2026. Treasury projects it'll recover a total of more than $215 million improperly sent to dead people. The incoming Trump administration is putting an emphasis on cutting waste, fraud, and abuse in government, but it's not known yet if they'll try to make the Treasury's temporary death file database access permanent. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
On Wall Street, the day after a massive rally, stock futures are mixed. Up for the NASDAQ, but down for the Dow. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Michael Madigan finished testifying in his racketeering trial. The former Illinois House Speaker left the witness stand after nearly 12 hours of testimony Tuesday. He said he regretted keeping up meetings with Danny Solis because of his behavior. Solis recently recorded Madigan for the FBI. Authorities investigating the cause of a fire at a business in Champaign broke out Tuesday in the Marketplace Shopping Center on North Neal Street. Crews able to quickly extinguish the small fire. One firefighter treated on scene for a minor injury, and only one store sustained minor damage. Older drivers in Illinois could face fewer barriers to renew their driver's license next year as part of a bill that would raise the age for state-mandated annual driver's tests from 79 to 87. Illinois is the only state that requires a driving test for seniors based on age. Currently, people 79 and above are required to take a road test to renew their license. And that's a check of news here on your Thursday. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, well, you know, last time I had to renew my driver's license, I didn't have to do anything, right? Which was nice. But yeah, so Illinois is 75, and then after that, you're going in every year to drive. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a few years to go still.
A little bit, but yeah, you know.
May I pop off here and say there are folks that are, you know, a lot younger that probably need it every year.
Well, there's that.
But
There's that.
So all right,
yeah.
I'll get that out of the way. So
yeah. Of course, your boys are good drivers. We know that. So.
They are actually.
Yeah.
You know, Christopher will map everywhere he goes, just to map it. You know, I mean, I think that's great. I mean, he's very much hands-on. He loves to drive. I've driven with him. He takes me around places. He'll get lunch out of it, but, you know, so. But,
no, you know what? My wife keeps a map in the car. What if
the old paper kind?
There's no internet. You're stuck. Can you imagine if I'm going somewhere and I can't put it in my phone? Where do I go?
That's a good point.
I mean, you don't have. We have an Atlas, I think, still in the car.
Wow.
I know, but think about it. Sometimes the internet isn't working.
Yeah.
And then we're just so dependent on our stuff.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, really, if I said take your pants off or take your phone, there would be people that seriously would think about that. It's so cold right now, you probably take the pants. But holy cow, we are absolutely dependent on the phone. We everything's in there.
Yeah,
all the contacts,
right.
all the people, the businesses, all the stuff we do.
Your money. You know.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we too dependent on the phone? Probably.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, all the news
guilty.
Source. I mean,
I'm guilty.
Can I watch a basketball game on? Yeah. Can I watch the news on my phone? Yeah.
It's all there.
Everything is there. That's why we're going to be just like Wall-E. Go watch the movie. That's us.
And we'll lose a little bone mass.
Yeah, we lost a little bone mass over the years. We're sitting there with our big old Slurpee.
Yeah.
And sitting in the recliner, and half of our leg bones are gone because we never had to get up.
Exactly.
I mean, no, listen, this thing, I just want to talk to somebody coming off Ellis Island and just see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of phone you got? What are you talking about? What?
No, you're right. You're probably right. Yeah. Get into Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. It's our weather this morning with our meteorologist Greg Solier, and brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
At 2002 East Washington, the new Health and Wellness Center is waiting for you. Boy, they've got the basketball courts, pickleball courts, walking track, and a whole lot more. Find out details at urbanaparks.org.
I couldn't find it on a bet. If I didn't have my phone, I wouldn't be able to find the new place.
It's over by Brookins.
I don't know. I need my phone.
You'd have to run out to the car, get your paper map.
Get your paper map with the detail of Champaign, a little highlighted. Meteorologist Greg Solier, sir, this is the 16th of January. How are we looking?
This is going to be an acceptable day's worth of weather, and tomorrow, too, a little more seasonal, as in the way it ought to be. A little more breeze involved, but that's the price you pay. At least we are, 25 degrees better than we were on the upside here compared to yesterday morning at 19 at Willard and Savoy, 23 at Rantoul, 22 at Danville, and 23 at Bloomington Normal. Milder back to the west of us, winds out of the west and southwest, so we'll stay in that genre of better feeling outdoor work work and goofing around and getting around weather for the day today. Afternoon temperatures should top out across the area, probably pretty close to, and right around today's reading of about 34 with a partly sunny sky and the southwest to west wind at 12 to 24 and gusty. There'll be some patchy fog later on tonight, freezing fog, so keep an eye on the roads tomorrow morning. Milder air over these cold soaked snow-covered grounds, a low down to 22. Not bad. Tomorrow partly sunny after a little freezing fog in spots early on. A little rain late in the day, he says. Windy at 38 and raininess tomorrow night. Temperatures late night tomorrow night will tickle the kind of the freezing mark, close to it. We'll kind of start the day off here Saturday morning up around 32 first thing and then fall to about 20 by evening time. A little rain, snow mix in the morning, a break and some snow showers in the afternoon. Here comes the cold wave weather again. We're stuck near 10 on Sunday. We're down near 5 below both Monday and Tuesday morning. Highs between 5 and 10 above, and then another brief uptick and short-lived again with highs into the 20s for next Wednesday and Thursday. More cold air to follow. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, off and running. Thank you, meteorologist Greg Soye. I am Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I don't know if anybody's watching any confirmation hearings. Those are going on daily now, several a day. Pam Bondi, yesterday, who's up for Attorney General, was a prosecutor for 18 years. Now they're 8 as Attorney General of Florida. Pam Bondi. Ted Cruz talked about some of the questioning coming from the left side.
I thought the exchange just a moment ago with Senator Hirono was illustrative. She asked you how you would respond if the president asked you to target his political enemies. It's rather striking because it's not a hypothetical. It has happened over the last 4 years. And I think perhaps the most tragic legacy of the Biden-Harris administration has been the politicization and the weaponization of the United States Department of Justice.
Did anybody think Donald Trump had a chance? I mean, think about this. A couple of years ago, he had documents. He tried to January 6th, insurrection, the whole, I mean, how many things legally did he have coming? How about the guy that left Washington to come help prosecute the documents case in New York City? He stepped down from like the number 3 position of justice to come work in New York City. This is a coordinated effort,
right,
between the White House and Mr. Bragg. Anyway, nobody thought this was to destroy Donald Trump once and for all, to just absolutely get rid of him, and somehow he won. And now his approval rating was 37% approval rating in 2017. Today it's over 50. He actually has a little tailwind, dare I say, starting this administration. Is I think people finally, and I don't know what the media is going to do if they continue to feed us things that aren't true. Then you're going, wait a minute, we've been buffaloed on this before, and all the things they said he was. He doesn't look like he's going to be a dictator now, is he? But some of the hearings and some of the, you're not answering my questions, so you can't answer. Right. It's simply, isn't it true you came in drunk? And if that's the case, isn't that disqualifying? Well, wait a minute, I didn't come in drunk. No, but isn't it disqualifying if you did? Not to, hypothetical, I didn't do. Right. Yeah, well, okay. We have, it's not anonymous. We have, okay. It is just, you know exactly how everybody's going to vote.
Right.
And the Republicans have 53 in the Senate. The Senate's the one doing the questioning on the cabinet positions. And so, for the most part, I think people think that so far everybody's going to get through, including Pete Hegseth. They started off with him as Department of Defense. So now Kash Patel is one you want to kind of earmark to watch.
Okay.
Kash Patel's going to...
The FBI?
Yep. And so he's the guy that knows stuff, and you're not supposed to say things like he says. And he thinks the whole world should see the John Kennedy file and understand everything.
Okay.
But I think that they're worried about him. They got to try and figure that out because they don't want Kash Patel in there telling secrets about what maybe people have done that the FBI knows about. Can we just clean stuff up? Can we not have a Democratic or Republican attorney general? Can we just have justice under the law? Equal justice under the law? How about that?
Amen.
Can we just admit that you went after Donald Trump because he was dangerous and you called him a dictator and a Hitler? Man, what happened to that? We already know Carrie Underwood by The View has been called not a lover of America.
Right.
Sing for Donald Trump.
And when she was asked about the opportunity, that's the first thing she said is, I love America.
Okay. Well, now, obviously she's lying because she's singing for Donald Trump.
How many
Keep it
people
up.
join me in looking up oligarchies meeting? I guess that came up with the speech yesterday, and it means a small group of people having control of the country.
Oligarchs?
Oligarchy.
Oligarchy?
Yeah.
Okay. The oligarchs are like rich people that run stuff with
That's
their
right.
billions of dollars.
And after the farewell speech yesterday, it definitely has been coming up in the news today.
Okay, well.
So we have that. We have our Illini women in action in Indiana to face the Hoosiers at 6 o'clock. We've gotten our commits, 3 recruits for Shauna Green involved in the All-American basketball game that'll come our way in New York City April 1st. So things are trending upward for 2026 and all the recruits that are coming into that class. I think we also have a offensive lineman coming in. Landon Monsager or something?
I don't know.
I
got 18 out of 22 starters coming back next year for Illinois
football.
football.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And actually, the people that work with Brett Bielma had said, Diane, he's just too busy. We're doing so much recruiting. He's out of town a lot. But he hopes to come on and talk about the finale of the season, the 10-win season.
Yeah.
It's just been awesome. And, of course, we have our Illini in action against Michigan State on Sunday. Michigan State at number 12 took down Penn State at 90-85 yesterday, a game that was really back and forth. Number 17, Purdue over Washington, 69-58. We'll have number 20, Michigan at Minnesota tonight at 6. Maryland's at Northwestern at 8. And Rutgers is at Nebraska at 8. So those are games you can look forward to watching. We also have the NFL playoffs. People are talking about that and I guess putting their bets in. Are we getting ready for the Super Bowl on February 9th? And are you calling it right now?
I mean, Kansas City's your Super Bowl champ until they're not, and they've won 2 in a row. So
you don't think Houston's strong enough to take them down Saturday?
It could upset them, but not likely.
Okay.
It's just Kansas City gets home field the whole way, and it's hard to beat them there. And I don't know. I mean, I think at this point,
Washington's at Detroit.
Don't think they can beat Detroit up there. I don't think, but anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're
LA
down to
Rams on Sunday at Philadelphia, and Baltimore's at Buffalo on Sunday.
Rams seem to be playing really well. The Eagles are very good, obviously, in Philadelphia. It's the NFL like maybe no other. I think home field is really large, and if you get home field, you're favored to win. I mean, that's kind of how it is. It's just hard to beat a team. I mean, think about it. Detroit and Kansas City only have to win 2 games at home to make a Super Bowl. Well, because they played their way into that position. If you have to play wild card weekend, and then you got 2 more games, but one of them is going to be on the road because you're not the one. The key to that whole deal is be the one. Now, Kansas City won a Super Bowl last year, and they weren't the one. They had to go to Buffalo and win at Buffalo. So we'll see what happens. It's fun. I think Monday night will be fun. National championship football game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up Monday.
Well, and of course, we've got our Cardinal Caravan that's coming up on Friday at noon is when the program starts at Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah, coming over. It's free, and that's tomorrow.
Doors
Cardinal
open
Caravan.
at 11.
Yep. All right, our weather this morning brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking for people that are involved in improving the health of community members across the region. If you'd like an opportunity for growth and a great career ahead, visit carl.org/careers.
John Decker, 10 minutes away.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and have Saturday a better feel, albeit windblown for the next couple. Temperatures heading back to and a little above seasonal norms, but the bottom drops out over the front part of the weekend. Another round of cold wave weather due in, certainly over the back end of the weekend through early to mid next week as well. Up to 34 today, more seasonal, breezy, partly sunny skies, southwest to west wind 12 to 24 and gusty. Not as cold tonight, in the low 20s. Watch for some areas of freezing fog late. For the day tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog, maybe a little black ice early in the day on the roadways. Keep an eye on that. Partly sunny skies, seasonally mild but windy. A little rain late in the day, the high about 38. A couple of rainy spells tomorrow night. Areas of fog develop, low down to 32. On Saturday, windy, turning colder. A little snow, rain mix early. Some snow showers by afternoon. Temperatures at 32 and dropping into the lower 20s. We'll be in the lower teens Sunday and down near 5 below Monday and Tuesday morning. For Stevie J Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Solier.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Bank of America's holiday quarter was upbeat. Like other big banks, it was helped by investment banking. Bank of America shares are up 2%. United Health Group is reporting its first earnings since its executive Brian Thompson was killed last month. Earnings were slightly higher, though sales gains were weaker than predicted. United Health is standing by its forecast for the year, but the stock is down 4.5%. Cartier's parent company, Richemont, is reporting a better-than-expected quarter. The highest-end luxury brands have been holding up better than the rest of the industry. Shoppers have been heading to Target to buy clothing, toys, and beauty products. Target says Black Friday and Cyber Monday were record sales days. Target's boosting its holiday quarter sales forecast. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Well, Michael was out of the state when he needed to sell his home here, so he reached out to the experts at the Nate Evans Group for help. Michael says the team at Nate Evans Group was able to help him get his home ready for the market and did a great job in negotiating multiple offers on his home.
I'm not sure what the trick is, but he has a lot of options for you and has that strong partnership with Zillow. You're essentially getting buyers lined up. If you're interested in working with Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, you can go to that website. You can click on that Get Home Value and start the process that way. And reach out to Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty if you want that immediate cash offer on your home. There's flexible fees. Try to sell your home for the most money possible. A friend you can trust in the business, he's been at it a while. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113 or an online search to Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Well, we had some happy Stever people yesterday. They won free car and truck and van batteries from Interstate Batteries. We have a Stever this morning with Bulldog Disposal out of Muhammad. Phil's got that doggy bag we've talked for years about now, and it's really taken hold. I've seen a lot of doggy bags with Bulldog Disposal on that canvas.
Yep, might as well get her done. Yep. Clean out that garage. It's 2025. Let's do this.
You can get a lot in a doggy bag, 6 cubic yards. You have no idea how much that is, but that's a lot. I put a whole rusted out Gorilla basketball hoop in there easily.
Yes.
So that's quite a bit. And then you, of course, got, depending on the project, I mean, can you get a couch in there? Probably.
I mean, up to 2,000 pounds it talks about.
But you're not going to get that much in there if you have a couch. You know, something like that will take a lot of room and it's not going to weigh a lot. But if you're doing a bathroom, and you got tile, and you want to put it all in there, you can get a dumpster, but those are like on a clock. They need those dumpsters back. So Phil said, why don't I just do a canvas bag that unfolds forever?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll cover most people in some of the garage projects and things you can't recycle and kind of give to people. Sometimes you got to throw stuff away. So if you want a doggy bag, I'm going to pay for the whole deal. It's like $40 for the bag, and then you can buy it at Do It Best Hardware, by the way.
That's right, 107 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign. They also have them at the Kirchner Building Center at 201 East Washington in Mahomet.
So you can either go buy it yourself. If you win this, I'll have it delivered to you if you live in Champaign County. And then you'll have whatever timing you want to fill up the bag. But the total nut is like $215. It's like $175 or $80 to have it picked up, and whatever it is, $40 for the bag. So,
entertainment for the kids when it comes to the pickup, too, because it's fascinating to see the claw picking up the huge bag and they haul it away.
Got to stand back, but you never know. He's not sure. I don't think he's had one break, but... Yeah,
it's got to be heavy when they talk about these roof shingles or bricks.
Yeah, no, you can get a lot in there.
Tile, flooring, wood.
Yep. So anyway, I'll do that for you. I will give one doggy bag to somebody today. And if you are interested, simply text in doggy bag to 217-359-2255. That's the Fisher National Bank text line. So there you have it, the Steve of the program where I, Stevie J, give you money to spend at said business. Today's business is Bulldog Disposal out of Mahomet. They got all the dumpsters. You can get that. But if you want a doggy bag, I pay today.
Just looking at all the options at bulldoggybag.com. Phil was brilliant coming up with this idea.
Okay, so free one to you, 217-359-2255. Text doggy bag if you have a need. And again, there's no timetable on this. If you want to wait till it gets a little warmer, that's fine. Or you got stuff you got to do now, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just call them and say, hey, it's full. Can you come get it? Stevie J's paying for this. And boom, you're done. You have a survey to fill out, see how they did that for you, if you're happy and all that. We got that for you. All right, that's your Stever offer on this Thursday, January 16th. So we'll call John Decker, who's going to be at the inauguration. Would you want to be at the inauguration? Look up Washington, D.C. weather Monday.
Uh-oh.
Because I think it's going to be so cold.
You know, when I had Champaign County board member Jeff Wilson in talking about where his seats are at the inauguration, and so excited about attending, and the weather, though, huh?
I think Washington weather is rather chilly Monday. We're going to be in the deep freeze, sub-zero Monday here.
Yes.
And I think Washington, D.C. is also supposed to be kind of cold. So people gather 6-8 hours early, I think. That they start getting on the mall. I think they have to get there. I can't imagine the security even be near the thing because the security is going to be heightened and everything else.
Yes, I think they're adding 4,000 more on the security.
Yeah. So, I mean, a whole bunch of people, big shots that come in and sit down behind the president. That's going to be cold enough. The president walks in right when it's time, kind of go time, so he'll have a limited exposure.
Very, very cold. Hasn't been this low since 1985. The weather chance for snow, gusty winds, high temperatures only around 20.
Ooh, that's going to be freezing. That's going to be sub-zero if it's windy. Anyway, 1985, it actually moved inside.
Oh, it did.
Ronald Reagan, accepting his second term as president, went inside because the guy at the time was considered old at 75 or whatever he was. Second term, Ronald Reagan was, I think, one of the oldest guys ever.
I see.
Now it's like 80. That's no big deal.
Expecting hundreds of thousands of people in town for the inauguration. Strong winds blowing almost consistently throughout the day. 15 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour.
I don't know how you make a decision like that. Should we take it inside? Reagan, again, was older.
Right.
And it was inside the Capitol Rotunda, I think.
Can you get like a bunch of tents or something? I don't know.
No, they were just inside. They just turned people away.
I know, but if you have hundreds of thousands of people gathering, can you try to accommodate them in some kind of way?
You can put a screen out with a big speaker. They could hear it.
Right.
It won't be near it.
But still, it's huddled masses in the winds.
Yeah, that's going to be chilly.
Right.
Maybe they could.
And even like if you were to try to do a tent or something, that has the risk of blowing down.
Yeah, you can't do tents. It's too many people, and it's also Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
That's
so
true.
You can go see the Martin Luther King, display in Washington, D.C. and honor him as well. But I would think there's always great crowds for these. So
but it does talk about President Ronald Reagan. Even the parade and all that was canceled with the wind chills dipping below, like 10 to 20 below. Oof. It was just 7 degrees at noon that day.
Well, there's a number where they would not do this. I don't know what that number is, however. So we'll see. All right, we're going to check your news. John Decker, coming up, 7:30.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A warning from President Biden in his farewell address about the concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people.
An oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
Also called for Supreme Court term limits and ethics reform and undoing a Supreme Court ruling granting presidents broad immunity. There's a holdup and an agreement on a ceasefire in Gaza.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now says his cabinet won't meet over the ceasefire deal until Hamas backs down from what he calls a last-minute crisis. Netanyahu's office did not elaborate, but is accusing Hamas of going back on part of the accord. As part of the deal, 33 hostages would be released in exchange for the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. There are believed to be 4 living American hostages in Gaza, 3 dead. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Authorities investigating the cause of a fire at a business in Champaign. It broke out Tuesday in the Marketplace Shopping Center on North Neal Street. Crews able to quickly extinguish the blaze. One firefighter was treated on scene for a minor injury. Ameren crews are actively searching for the cause of a power outage that left over 1,000 impacted in Ford County. About half of Gibson City lost power. Ameren rep says the issue resolved at about 8:16 p.m. yesterday by switching those affected to a different power line. Ford County EMA trying to reach people in Gibson City to figure out how many people were impacted. Michael Madigan is finished testifying at his racketeering trial. Former Illinois House Speaker left the witness stand Tuesday after nearly 12 hours of testimony over 4 days. He said he regretted keeping up meetings with Danny Solis because his behavior was concerning. Solis apparently secretly recording Madigan for the FBI. And that's a check of what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
There are so many old senators. There are so many old senators. Dick Durbin, our guy, Illinois, shuffling along now. What is he, 78, 80?
I can look it up.
He's up there. I don't know.
I was looking Pam Bondi up because she looks so good, and she's 59.
What's Chuck Grassley from Iowa? He's got to be 85. I'm just saying, guys, Republican, Democrat, God bless you. Let's go ahead and get you home.
Chuck Grassley's 91.
Oh, my God. And he's functioning.
Uh-huh.
But at some point, shouldn't we hand the steering wheel over to somebody else?
I know it.
I don't know.
Dick Durbin's 80 now.
Yeah. I just think at some point you say, hey, man, I got a gold watch for you, baby. Good work. See ya. Weather this morning brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Not a bad day's worth of weather compared to the cold of yesterday, and plenty of that type of cold returning over the course of the weekend. Up to 34 today with a partly sunny sky. Stiff southwest to west wind. Some areas of fog late night tonight, down near 22. Tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog early, then partly sunny. A little rain late in the day, the high at 38. So we'll get a little brief spell of some snow melt going over parts of the area. We'll turn the winds in from the north late tomorrow night with a low down to 32 and some rainy periods. And then on Saturday, windy turning colder. Little rain snow mix early. Some snow in the afternoon and a high up to 32, but dropping to 20 by evening time. Won't get past 10 on Sunday. Readings between about 10 above for the high on Monday and Tuesday. 0 to 5 below at night. Readings will briefly pop back into the 20s with some snow chances late Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Bundle up here again in the days to come. For Stevie J Broadcasting at Beetlejuice, Greg Solgay.
All right, thank you, sir. ESPN 93.5, currently 22, which is about 22 degrees warmer than it was 24 hours ago.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, It's Thursday. John Decker. John Decker. John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House in press room.
John Decker. John Decker. I want to talk to John.
Yes, children in combines still singing the theme.
Little Stevie's so sweet.
Everyone should look like journalist John Decker, who's 45 years old, young man.
Maybe I should be Googling that.
No, he looks a full head of hair. He's looking good, man. If you look like that and you were Chuck Grassley, I'd vote for you, Bubba.
There you go.
Man,
funny.
They're too old, baby. We just listen. And the simple question is this: do you have the best best ideas after 45 years? The answer is no. So why don't we just cycle in, cycle out a little bit? Let's go ahead and get those term limits.
Yeah.
Anyway, I see some of these senators that I'm not sure they know what day it is. It's just a long career. 40-some years is a long time. Mm-hmm. And I just had made note during these hearings. Are you doing anything for these hearings? Do you have to sit through some of this?
Yeah, I was covering Pete Hegseth's hearing on Monday. But then I've been busy with covering the farewell address of Joe Biden, and I'll be with Joe Biden today when he speaks to military leaders. So just busy with some other things as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Jill Biden had mentioned something about how she was friends for 50 years with Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have
not so much
talked to her before. I think the Bidens, and I don't know this, but I think the Bidens still always kind of have that thing about how it happened and how it worked. Do this the easy way, the hard way kind of thing. And kind of got him out. Now he's made reference to how he thinks he could have won and all this other thing. So I don't know. It's certainly unprecedented in our American history in presidential elections.
Yeah, the way he was forced out, unprecedented. Although, look, Lyndon Johnson also forced from running for another term in 1968, so some similarities there. But the difference is that Joe Biden last year at this time, he had every belief that he'd be having a second term in the White House, and here he is leaving in just 4 days.
Yep.
4 days.
Yeah.
And that's when Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president.
I'm always fascinated by logistics. So what happens? When is the last night the Bidens are in the White House? Do they spend the night Sunday? And then is the cleaning crew like a cruise ship turning around on the next Saturday? Do they clean up the residence? And how do they steam clean the club? What happens, John? Any idea?
Yeah, I do have an idea. So imagine you're staying at a hotel and you're checking out Monday morning.
Yeah.
And you have to check out. It's no late checkout. Checkout's at 8 a.m. You got to be out by 8 a.m. That's pretty much what Joe Biden and Jill Biden are dealing with, is that type of situation. So they'll sleep in their own bed, but come 8 a.m., they have to be on their way, getting ready to go to the Capitol for the swearing in of Donald Trump as the next president. And, it's obviously a tough thing for them. They'll be heading to Delaware. And I forget if I told you the news that I broke, and that is, what's Joe Biden doing after he leaves the White House? He broke this news to me a few weeks ago. He told me what he's going to be doing because I asked him, and he said, I'm going to be teaching at the University of Pennsylvania. So he's returning to my alma mater to teach after he leaves the White House, and they pay him pretty handsomely, and that's what he'll be doing post-president.
Do you think he'll really be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m.? I mean, really?
He'll be having office hours, TV. Yes, no, I'm kidding. He's not going to be doing that. Come on, you know that quite well.
Does he lecture? What does he teach?
I don't know exactly what he teaches, but yes, there is a lecture. I don't know how often that class is. Hillary Clinton teaches. She teaches. It's not a teaching assistant, but she teaches at Columbia University. She's not a former president, but she teaches. And Joe Biden says he enjoys it. He said he looks forward to returning to teach. I think he'd much rather be president of the United States. Don't get me wrong, but that's what he'll be doing after he leaves the White House.
All right. Well, I know John Decker teaches at George Washington, so he's probably wanting that.
At Georgetown University.
Georgetown
GW Law School.
GW Law School.
Yeah. Two faculties. Yes.
And your buddy John Turley,
Yes. Yeah. John Turley and I.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that's just not very far from the White House, right? Georgetown.
Yeah. It's probably, for me, a 7-minute walk.
Wow.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, all right. Do you guys even need a car, John? Do you guys use a car?
Do I use a car?
I mean, do you drive? I mean,
absolutely.
You could do all the mass transit. You take a train, and of course, you get mobbed.
No, I drive. I don't take mass transit. Before the pandemic, I did. I took the metro, but I don't take the metro anymore. I drive everywhere. I drive to the White House. I drive to work, to the bureau, and I do that every day.
You got a parking pass? Are there enough spaces in the White House press parking?
Oh, wouldn't that be great? No, when you think about parking at the White House, it's for people that work for the administration. It's not for, it's not for journalists. It's not for the people that cover the administration.
Where do you park?
I park at a garage 1 block away.
What? And then you got to go through security on foot.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. So I'll do that this morning, and it's something that, is part of my routine.
Is there a line to get in?
For what? For the White House?
White House. As you're going through security, does it take a while?
Typically, no.
Okay.
Typically, there's no one, maybe one person ahead of me. I go through the machine that I need to go through. What I'm bringing to the White House goes through the metal detector. I enter my code with my White House hard pass, and then I'm good to go.
Wow. And they know you, right? Doesn't mean they
know me.
They
absolutely.
check you every time, though. You have to check you every time, right?
They have to check you every time. My gosh, sure.
Is it different getting on the White House Air Force One than it is getting into the White House?
Yes, because there's layers of security for Air Force One.
I got you.
There's the layer of security that you typically would go through if you were going through at the airport. There's another layer of security where dogs look at everything you're bringing on board and sniff through that. And then they check through the manifest when you're literally boarding onto Air Force One, and they check your name off a list. So, yeah, there's, at least 3 layers of security that you're talking about there.
All right, Inauguration Monday. What do you expect besides really cold temperatures? And would they ever consider, I know they did the last time was Reagan in 85, but otherwise it's outside, but we're going to have wind chills probably right at 0 on Monday.
And here, I've suggested this to Donald Trump. I said, why don't we, for a change, have inauguration at Mar-a-Lago?
Well, why not?
Why don't we? Why not? Why not?
There you
go.
Probably 70 degrees down there. Let's go. Yeah.
I love this. Why not? He's Donald Trump. He could do it. But that's not what I'm thinking is going to happen. So I need to be in place probably around 4 in the morning.
What?
Given all the security that I have to go through. So I'll be in place. I've sent you exactly where I'm going to be, not far from the inaugural platform where Trump is sworn in. I'm in place there 8 hours before he's even sworn in as president.
You're not outside 8 hours, right?
And I'm outside for 8 hours, yes.
I can't even... Do they know who you are? Come on, man.
Well, it's not just me, it's everybody. Yeah. But, I'm practicing what I anticipate on Monday, today, and through the weekend with my hand warmers, with my toe warmers, with my boots, all of that, because it's going to be cold out there, and it's not easy. It's, hard. It's hard to deal with those types of temperatures that feel like they're in the single digits.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Summer in Chicago, Mick Jagger, and a reunion of the Beatles. I wouldn't stand 8 hours. I wouldn't do 8 hours.
No.
Wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
John, they make these vests now that are warmed up, and you get a battery pack, and I got those for my guys for Christmas. That might be something you want to do too.
No, I appreciate that. For me, it's the feet. So I'm looking for something similar to what you're describing, Diane. Essentially electric socks. And I do have power where I'm going to be. So if I have the ability to do that, I'm getting that today.
I mean, John Decker, dedicated to his profession.
Yes.
I mean, 8 hours outside at 4 a.m.
Yes.
I did not realize. I thought for the reporters, maybe a warming room, and then you come out or something. I can't believe it.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well,
no. I'm going to bring a little small heater for myself that I have, and hopefully that's helpful. It's not going to cut through single-digit weather.
I'd be like the kid in the Christmas store who wants the BB gun, the red rifle BB gun. I would be like that bundled kid on the porch that he tried to dress up his little brother and he couldn't walk because he's like a Michelin tire guy. I would look like that because there's not much worse in life than sitting in cold. And so
I agree.
You got to do something with the feet, and there's got to be something that they're climbing Mount Everest.
They do have these battery heated socks. I'm saying you can totally order those.
You found it for me, Dan.
I did.
Excellent.
You need
send that link. Send that link to Stevie and then Stevie,
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I will send it. But
I'm getting it today.
Got to get it now. We got to get that Amazon going. But then you need a whole side pocket full of AA batteries.
That's right.
Because you can't run out of batteries either.
That's right.
Holy
That's not a problem.
Well, all right.
Sure.
So this is history again. Every time we get together, January 20th, every 4 years, it's historic. This great nation coming up on 250 years. We've only had 47 of these guys. I mean, it's
I know it.
Unbelievable. And you've been around for what, 8 of them now? 7 of them? You've been around a while now.
Yeah, that's right. And the next press secretary will be the 17th White House press secretary that I will deal with on a regular basis. So, a lot of history there, and I'm looking forward to covering the new administration, looking forward to covering Donald Trump, and that begins Monday at noon. Looking forward to that.
Will you be sending and sharing yearly Christmas cards with Karine Jean-Pierre? Will that not?
No. I mean, I have always had a good relationship with every press secretary, Republican or Democrat, some better than others. I always get called on by press secretaries, whether they represent a Democrat or a Republican. Look, they're good press secretaries, they're bad secretaries, there's a top tier, there's a bottom tier, and I'm not going to answer the question about where the current press secretary stands on that, but, I'm sure you have your own opinion, Stevie, and that's what you do. You tell your opinion.
Yeah, I think she's the worst ever. But anyway, that's just me. I think this next kid who's 27 years old, I think she's pretty sharp. But I think press secretaries, I don't think ever an easy job to try and explain stuff.
No, it's a very difficult job, and it's particularly difficult if you're Donald Trump's press secretary because he watches those press briefings and he lets you know it if he doesn't like what you say or how you say it and how you handle your job, which can just put you on edge, can put you on edge as you go out and answer questions from reporters.
But if you can hang on to that job for a year and a half, you're making $50,000 large at the mashed potato circuit, man. You can make pretty good coin going out there talking.
Absolutely.
Way more than you'd make as a press secretary. What do they get, $140,000 a year or something? It's not a lot.
I think the number, I just want to be accurate here. I think the number's probably around 190.
Okay.
If you're the White House press secretary.
John, I was seeing Carrie Underwood is expected to sing America the Beautiful. We've got Christopher Macchio, the classical tenor, singing the national anthem. Lee Greenwood with God Bless America. You've got some pretty cool music entertainment during the inauguration, too.
Yeah, we do. And that's all before Trump is sworn in at noon on Monday Eastern Time. We get some entertainment that will be going on and keep us warm, so to speak, and I'm looking forward to that. As long as it doesn't snow would only add a lot to the whole mix, figuratively and literally, but as long as it doesn't snow, I think we're good. I can deal with the cold.
You couldn't show up with like a warm igloo, ice fisher kind of house at your spot?
I
think anything's possible.
All right,
because I'm build a tent.
I got your thing. It's $1,149. It's called a ice igloo.
Okay.
So I need so just tell me you're going to need a little more than a single space for this. And then you just charge $1,200 per reporter to come in and warm up. And then
there you go.
Well, how about some of the balls when the Village people perform? I see Kid Rock is on a list. We've got all kinds of parties afterwards. Are you going to any of those?
Well, there are parties that will take place on Monday night. We'll see. You'll see how exhausted I am from getting up at 2 in the morning, but and I have to be back at work on Tuesday morning. So we'll see. We'll see. I've been to plenty of those inaugural balls over the years.
Yeah, and kind of the same feel, same look when you go into a ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not the first time that Donald Trump is doing this. But now it's his second term. I think there's a lot of excitement for his supporters about this second term. And, you know, they're going to show that excitement at those inaugural balls that happen on Monday night.
Yeah, and then they'll do what? We have no idea the number, and nobody can ever project numbers. I would think because it is a holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Monday, maybe there could be a few more because they have the day off, but it also with the bitter cold, I don't know.
I don't know. I think people will deal with it. You know, if you want to be there, you're going to be there. But I am anticipating hundreds of thousands of people to show up for the inauguration of Donald Trump. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, busy times for you. Lots to cover, lots to be around, and then I think if you're going to try and cover what the president's going to do in his first 12 hours, his first 24 hours, there's going to be a lot going on. And then with all the Israel-Hamas talk about maybe this thing's figured out, maybe not.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. But that was some news yesterday, and you know, I don't think that the deal would have happened had Donald Trump not been elected in November, to be quite honest with you, because let's face it, this is a framework for a deal put forward by Joe Biden last May. And 8 months later is when the deal comes together, 5 days before Trump is sworn in as president. His election put a lot of pressure on both Hamas and Israel, and I think that's the reason why this deal ultimately came together.
Well, he had said there's hell to pay if we don't have hostages released by the time I'm inaugurated.
He did.
And I think people around the world, they do understand raw power, and I think they're afraid he might actually do something. So,
yeah, no, that's very true.
John Decker, man, I'm going to be thinking about you at 2 a.m. when the alarm goes off, and there you go. You're not going to walk to the White House, are you?
No, I'm going to have someone drive me not too far from where I need to be. Because there's a lot of road closures, as you can imagine, and then stand in line and go through layers of security before I get to the platform where I'm going to be reporting from on Monday.
Okay, and your book coming out, 896 pages currently is what I've got with 180 pictures. You got 180 pictures I need to get in there.
I love it.
Anyway, be safe, and I'll send you the link to the electric socks.
Yeah, please do. I appreciate that. Thank you, Diane. Thanks for looking that up.
Look forward to talking to you next week and you living through another one of these historic moments. John Decker, we appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Stevie.
All right.
Thanks, Diane.
Take care.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
John Decker, Great Television, Gray, Great Television. They have 120, 30 stations across America. He's their guy. He'll do 40 stand-ups in a row.
As a White House correspondent,
yeah,
he's
let's
like
go
the
live
best.
to Washington, and you got 3 minutes to talk to him. And then he's on with Des Moines. And then he'll do one in Salt Lake City. I mean, that's what he does.
Yeah.
He'd be sitting there all day kind of doing the same report.
Right.
But you personalize it. Well, thanks, Martha. You know, that kind of thing. But then you got to keep track of who you're talking to. I don't think that's easy. This is number 37. What am I on?
Yeah.
Where am I? Anaheim? Where is this? Oh, my gosh. No, Stevie J will be watching a nice warm climbs.
That's right.
I don't need to be there.
How exciting, though.
But 4 a.m., can you send me the link to the socks? Because I will send it to him.
Okay. Well, there were numerous ones. Some
Let's get to
25.
that.
Some
Hey,
of them are
hey,
$70.
As Cousin Eddie said in Christmas Vacation, let's buy you something real nice, Clark. So you give me the best, most expensive socks. I think I'll buy them for him.
Okay.
I think I'll send that to John Decker as a gift, except I don't have his
Most of them
address.
have a AA battery pack.
You need a pack of. I need to go to Interstate Batteries and get Mark Martinez to get me some real good ones, Clark. You buy you something real nice. You buy something real nice for you, Clark.
There you go, Stevie.
Oh, man, I love that. 7:54. We check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier. Gonna get really cold here, like Monday here, sub-zero stuff. Yeah,
that's right.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and have this Saturday better feel, albeit windblown for the next couple. Temperatures heading back to and a little above seasonal norms, but the bottom drops out over the front part of the weekend. Another round of cold wave weather due in, certainly over the back end of the weekend through early to mid next week as well. Up to 34 today, more seasonal, breezy, partly sunny skies, southwest to west wind 12 to 24 and gusty. Not as cold tonight in the low 20s. Watch for some areas of freezing fog late. For the day tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog, maybe a little black ice early in the day on the roadways. Keep an eye on that. Partly sunny skies, seasonally mild but windy. A little rain late in the day, the high about 38. A couple of rainy spells tomorrow night. Areas of fog develop, low down to 32. On Saturday, windy, turning colder. A little snow, rain mix early. Some snow showers by afternoon. Temperatures at 32 and dropping into the lower 20s. We'll be in the lower teens Sunday and down near 5 below Monday and Tuesday morning. For Stevie J Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Soldier.
So when the Bidens check out at 8 a.m. out of the living quarters of the White House Monday morning, don't they greet the Trumps at the White House? So that'll be downstairs or wherever they meet?
I believe so. I know Melania had said, a couple days ago, I'm all packed and ready to go.
But are the vacuum cleaners going when they come in? Can you even hear that in the White House? And then if it's the residence for the President and First Lady, do you have the same bed? Or can I have my own bed that I'm used to?
Or are they flipping it during the ceremony and all that?
I mean, I would think you could. They're probably not changing out the carpet. There's no time. But they steam clean it, I'm sure. And same for the Oval Office. They steam clean everything.
Right.
Do you want to smell the pine sol when you walk in? I mean, do you want to think that they kind of cleaned it up in here?
Okay.
I mean, maybe. But I would think, though, that if you sleep in a particular bed that you really like, don't you say, I want my bed?
That's true.
So they'll get it in there by, 9 a.m.
Right.
So that's not a problem. You just have to articulate what you want. And then who does that?
Right. And all the stuff that's going on in addition to flipping the house.
Do I have my socks in a drawer in the room? Does somebody put them in there? I don't have to undo that, do I?
And to me, why don't you do this on Saturday before it all begins?
Because the Bidens are in there, and that's really awkward. Joe, are these your shorts? Joe, I said Joe. He can't hear me.
Wow.
Anyway, I would think that everything would be moved in for you to the certain drawers, and the closet's got to be everything dry cleaned and ready to hang.
Right.
You don't do any of that, right?
Well, at least Trump's been through this before.
Yeah, and they said that the Obamas were not super open about how that works, and that Melania said, now I really have an idea how this works.
That's right.
Because you walk upstairs, your closet has all your shoes. Somebody's done all that.
Yeah.
You don't think you do anything, but
that's fascinating. And the logistics of all this.
Well, the Trumps have, like, when he goes to Mar-a-Lago, he doesn't move anything. Mm-hmm. Johnny has more than one house, so he doesn't move anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just go to that house, and it has the toothbrush and everything.
That's
else.
right.
So you don't have to pack stuff.
That's right.
And so the Trumps, I'm sure, are very used to that.
That's right.
Everywhere you go, you're going to have all your things because you got people for that. So I don't know. Logistically, it fascinates me how they turn and flip the White House. But if 8 a.m.'s check out, may I have a bagel? Oh, it's after 8? Dang it. Okay.
No late checkout, said John Decker.
Kind of hungry.
And bed, Trump doesn't sleep, says Brian at 359-2255. And Nick had a comment saying, I could listen to John Decker all day long. So
no, he's inside the inside.
Exactly.
But I mean, would you, at a guy that's covered 8 presidents, would you sit outside at 4 a.m.? I know you have your own little area with a plug, so he can have he'll have a little desk. He's got it like an area, but it's outside. I don't know, man.
There's someone saying I think they put a new mattress in the master bed.
I would not want to sleep on the mattress of the previous one. I mean, I just want my own bed. And everybody has your own bed. You have your bed, and
all right. Someone's saying roll the Bidens out on a hospital bed. That's not nice.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see. It'll all be done, and it's interesting. And I think I would like to smell the pine sol that they really went through the thing. Yeah, she smells. Yeah, we'll walk into a place that's been clean. Smells good.
All right.
All right. So John Decker will. I don't know how many. I should have asked how many in press row. Probably a lot. But not everybody gets as close as he's going to get because he's a regular.
And you do have to get there early to make sure it's all good.
Yep. Yeah. And I guess you have to have, your connections to who you're going to talk to and if you have to check in with anybody. All right. But we'll have more of an idea exactly where he is after Monday.
Listen to the show anytime. StevieJay.com. Follow us on X. StevieJay FM.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. We're flooring people.
We would like to invite you to the St. Joseph Ogden FFA auction February 1st at the St. Joseph Ogden High School. Dinner and silent auction begins at 5, followed by a live auction at 6. There are no tickets needed to attend, and anyone is welcome.
Items to be auctioned off include fire pits, solo stove, various Milwaukee tools, door-lock welding table, various silent auction baskets, and gift certificates from local businesses.
You can learn more about our auction at our Facebook page, St. Joseph Ogden FFA.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The war is not over yet. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Overnight, Israeli airstrikes resumed against Gaza, killing dozens of Palestinians.
As Israel's cabinet delays today's planned vote on a ceasefire agreement claiming Hamas is reneging on terms.
But you have the Americans, you have the Qataris, and you have Hamas saying there is a ceasefire in place.
Fox's Trey Yingst also reports from Tel Aviv.
Hamas is claiming victory. We saw images last night from inside the Gaza Strip of Hamas gunmen freely going around and celebrating what they are calling an achievement, promising to conduct yet another October 7th attack.
That deal would free hostages Hamas kidnapped in the 2023 terror attack that triggered the war in Gaza. A Trump envoy and the Trump threat of all hell breaking out if there's no ceasefire in place when he takes office are getting some credit for the agreement, though President Biden says he led the way.
The elements of which I laid out in great detail in May.
And in his farewell address last night from the Oval Office, the president warned a few wealthy people are getting too much power. And these are also threats to our democracy.
Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking.
It'll be day 2 of Pam Bondi's confirmation hearing this morning. She's the Attorney General nominee, but won't be there. Witnesses will testify for and against her. 4 other Trump nominees will be at the Senate to face questions today. It's not as windy in the Los Angeles area in the battle against a wildfire disaster. Fox's Caroline Elliott reports from Pacific Palisades.
First responders making sure these fires do not spread. Now, the latest numbers that we have is the Palisades fire is at about 21% containment, and the Eaton fire is at about 45% containment. So we do know that firefighters are hoping to make some more progress on this today with less wind.
The fires have burned down thousands of homes and buildings. 25 people confirmed dead. America's listening to Fox News.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings, plus free home delivery with any base. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
We mentioned the Senate confirmation hearings, and this being day 2 for Pam Bondi.
I will fight every day to restore confidence and integrity to the Department of Justice.
Democrats who don't have the votes to block her press the Attorney General nominee if her loyalty will be to President Trump above the law.
California Senator Adam Schiff wanted to know if a now former special prosecutor who indicted the president-elect twice could face reprisals.
Will you investigate Jack Smith?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment.
The Senate Judiciary Committee today is expected to hear from witnesses who will give testimony regarding Bondi's qualifications. Eben Brown, Fox News.
A sheriff's deputy is being mourned in Texas, murdered by a gunman who is also dead.
Police using canines to hunt down Robert Lee Davis III, the suspect who killed a Brazoria County deputy. Houston Police Chief Noe Diaz says one of the dogs picked up on Davis's scent in a dumpster.
A bad guy shot our canine. Our deputies returned fire, and the suspect succumbed to his injuries inside the dumpster.
The dog is getting medical care. The manhunt began after Davis shot Deputy Sheriff Jesus Jesse Vargas. Vargas was trying to execute an arrest warrant on Davis. Deputy Vargas was a 17-year vet with the county. He leaves behind 3 children and a wife. Jill Nato, Fox News.
More Americans filed new unemployment claims last week, a 7% increase at 217,000, still considered historically low. But the number of people continuing to collect jobless benefits declined to 1.86 million. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, up for the NASDAQ, but down more than 100 points for the Dow the day after a big rally that lifted the Dow up about 700 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We didn't do Did You Know? Because Nathaniel's son now / dad, has a little baby, and they're coming home from the hospital this morning.
Little Josephine.
Yeah, I think they might call her Josie. I don't know.
I like it.
Josephine was born on Tuesday night at about 10:30.
Over 8 pounds.
8 pounds, 12 ounces, and Nathaniel and Allison are doing great.
And Stevie's a grandfather for the first time.
And Janet and I are thrilled to be grandparents. And yeah, so Nathaniel's son, I think he might be on next week, but he does a little feature called Did You Know?
Yes.
So he's off today, but we will call Tim Onstad, our pit master.
That's right.
That will be coming up later this hour.
Here's a look at local news. Older drivers in Illinois could face fewer barriers to renew their driver's license next year as part of a bill that would raise the age for state-mandated annual driver's tests from 79 to 87. Illinois is the only state that requires a driving test for seniors based on age. Currently, people 79 and above are required to take a road test to renew their license. Michael Madigan finished testifying in his racketeering trial. The former Illinois House Speaker left the witness stand after nearly 12 hours of testimony Tuesday. He said he regretted keeping up meetings with Danny Solis because of his behavior. Solis recently recorded Madigan for the FBI. Authorities investigating the cause of a fire at a business in Champaign broke out Tuesday in the Marketplace Shopping Center on North Neal Street. Crews able to quickly extinguish the small fire. One firefighter treated on scene for a minor injury, and only one store sustained minor damage. And that's a check of news here on your Thursday. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Talking about the White House transition, Greg Solier, and we think that Stevie J and Janet would want their own bed in the living quarters, so Biden's check out at 8 a.m. Monday morning, and you just say, I want my own bed. And then we've already concluded there'll be about 20 people in there cleaning, like flipping a cruise ship room. So they're going to make sure the living quarters is perfect for the Trumps coming in that night after the parties and things. And yeah, you'd want your own thing. And then think about that. I can't go down and make my sandwich in the White House kitchen without Secret Service following me around. There's somebody else.
When you get up, my silly hours, like at 3 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah,
they'd be right on you.
If you go outside your residence at the door, there's Secret Service standing there. You can't walk around by yourself. So it's not like, okay, Bob, can I go down and... No, I got to go with you, sir. Okay. You want a sandwich?
So if I went on a bike ride, I got Secret Service behind me.
No, they gotta know what you want to do because they can't just let you go on a bike ride. They're gonna have the route planned out, the towing vehicles, the people all around, the complete path that you're taking, probably mix it up, tell you where you're gonna run.
I don't think I want the job.
Yeah, really.
It doesn't sound as appealing now.
But just think about, I'm going to go to the bathroom. You have a restroom inside your quarters, but if you want to go out down the hall, you got people following you. So there's that.
Man.
So if you wanted to sneak in even to the Oval Office to get a start on the date earlier,
they'll let you walk in the Oval Office and they'll stand outside the door, but you don't. They're not going to be in the room with you. But no, it's a whole different. You can't imagine that kind of a life. I mean, if you're Tiger Woods, you're not going to the movies, right?
Right.
There's some celebrity status that transcends the ability to move around. Not very many humans in the world can do that. Taylor Swift probably can't do anything unless she's disguised. And you're not going to fly, certainly the airports, you can't do anything at a certain level. But then not very many. If you think about it, not very many people have that issue. I would say 50 people in the world maybe can't do freely what they want to do. But if you're president of the United States, you're being tracked. They know exactly what, and that's what they're supposed to do, keep you safe. All right, our weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier, and brought to you by Kurt Lenshaw, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Sir?
Oh, it's me. I thought maybe Diane had to step in. I'm spaced out here. I'm just thinking about the whole president.
I'm trying to think about you riding your bike at the White House.
There you go. And all the pathways.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't fall off like Joe Biden did with his bike.
Oh, no. One spill in 6 years, and it wasn't fun. But I'm far better at it. But I'm a lot younger too. So
they'd have a security issue on a bike, I would think, man. You have a whole entourage tracking the president. So
weather sure is nicer today, Greg.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you, Diane. And a lot better out there. I don't know what I was thinking. 19 at Willard and Savoy right now. 21 out in St. Joe. 23 at Bloomington Normal. And over at Rantoul. Hey, these readings are some 15, 20, 25 degrees better than we had at this time yesterday morning. Just enjoy it for the next couple because the bottom drops out again, but not before a pretty decent day's worth of weather. A little wind blown as the day wears on. Partly sunny skies. Afternoon temperatures will top out around 34. More seasonal, but that southwest to west wind at 12 to 24 and gusty will bottom out at 22 for tonight as higher humidity dew points and that mild air overrun these cold, soaked and snow-covered grounds. Well, some patchy freezing fog late night tonight and tomorrow morning, so keep an eye on the bridge decks and overpasses. Partly sunny tomorrow. Little rain late in the day, would you believe? And 38 and a couple of rainy spells tomorrow night will bring down the snow cover and a low down to 32. And a windy, turning colder transition day on Saturday. Little rain snow mix early, some snow in the afternoon, and a high near 32, but we're down to 20 by evening time, and we don't get much past 10 on Sunday, and highs near 10 Monday and Tuesday. We'll start off below zero both days there, briefly head back up into the 20s around here next Wednesday and Thursday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Yeah, I want to play the Chicago Bears. We carry the Bears now every year. We've signed up. I have invested in the Chicago Bears.
Okay, Q96 is going to run that, our top 40 station. All the hits, Q96.
And I'm happy to announce, too, that I've re-signed with the Chicago Cubs as of today.
Okay, over on WGKC, US 105.9 with New Country and all-time favorites.
So the Bears have interviewed 18 people.
18?
Can you say a camel is a horse put together by a committee?
Okay.
Because I think everybody is trying to interview, be in on this process. Kevin Warren kind of wants to lead. Kevin Warren, I know.
From Big Ten fame.
Well, he was the guy that decided that Illinois at 16-4 should lose to Michigan, who's 14-3, with a tick better percentage even though the Wolverines couldn't figure out how to play all their games, and we did. And he gave the championship to Michigan. Not a co-championship. He just gave it to Michigan. Now, this is why I think the Chicago Bears continue to be in trouble when it comes to their front office.
Well, as I researched Chicago Bears, very quick with an online search, Bears interview with Mike McCarthy reportedly didn't go as planned. 51 minutes ago, that was posted.
I bet Mike McCarthy's crying. He's probably he's crying with joy that he's not going to have to work with that. I think the Bears are dysfunctional in the front office.
Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken set to interview with the Bears today from the Jaguars.
Ben Johnson's been mentioned. He's the offensive coordinator for the Lions, but not available, obviously, to talk. So anyway, here's hoping. I think the Bears have the structure of a pretty good football team, but I just can't speak glowingly about how they run their business. And well, you can say that for a very long time.
Sure.
Anyway, we'll see, but we're committed. We're with the Bears.
Yes, and of course we have the Cardinals here on ESPN 93.5, and the Cardinal Caravan is coming up.
Tomorrow, we'll be there. We'll probably be there a little before 11.
Right. And doors open at 11 for the public. If you want to buy raffle tickets to get a shot at all kinds of fun prizes that the St. Louis Cardinals bring in, Champaign County Freedom Celebration, who organizes our 4th of July party, will be selling those tickets. And, you know, it's the same, 1 for $1, 6 for $5, all of that. And then, boy, sometimes there's experiences and suites. Sometimes there's tickets or jerseys or
nice
Cardinal
prizes.
calendars.
Yeah,
I know it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, whenever a kid 12 and under comes in, we also hand out the autograph tickets so that we can bring up the kids in groups by, 10 or 15 of them at a time. And they get autographs by going down the panel and meeting all the players and the broadcasters. And they all have a Sharpie and they sign whatever you're bringing. Or they have a 8x10 card that has something about the Cardinals on it that you can have them sign that.
Pedro Pajes, he's the backup catcher. Michael Ciani, who's a center fielder. Ryan Latos, he's a pitcher. And Jose Furman is an infielder. Those are your players that are here. And then Xavier Scruggs, alum. And then Mike Claiborne and Ricky Horton are in Champaign tomorrow. And you'll get a chance to ask questions if you'd like and just be in your Cardinal red and ready to go. We love doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And every Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend, we started off on Friday. They can't believe Champaign gets as many people as we do at noon on a Friday.
That's right. And I think it's a great experience. And it's essentially between noon and 1, in case you just want to come over on your lunch hour. That's when you get the big meat of the experience. Or maybe you want to just yank your kid from lunch hour from school and bring them on over. It's a really fun time.
Yeah, it is. And again, we prioritize the kids. And we let the kids go. And of course, the parents go with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So. Anyway, and everybody's patient, knows how it works and stuff, and you never know who will be signing whatever you have a signing. Could be a future All-Star.
I mean, with Mason Wynn, we thought he was just so young, but look what a star he's turned out to be.
Very good shortstop for the Cardinals. Cardinals still have Nolan Arenado, by the way. They've been trying to trade him, and they still have Sonny Gray, who wants to stay in St. Louis, so the Cardinals aren't completely bare in the cupboard. They know Paul Goldschmidt's going to play for the New York Yankees for a year. And so he left as a free agent. Otherwise, not a ton of movement for the Cardinals in this offseason. But what do you want to ask? You can ask that tomorrow.
Yeah, got a little Q&A going on after the panel has their presentation. And Stevie J will be running around the room at the Hilton Garden Inn, 1501 South Neal Street.
Stay and put. We'll have the people that want to ask come to me, as opposed to trying to run around that mic.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You can come down the center aisle and ask your question.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah, I like when the kids ask, why are you so good?
Where's Yachty?
Yeah, that's right.
We had that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Why doesn't Yachty and Melina come out on the Cardinal Caravan?
When Nolan Gorman and Matt Liberatore were there,
right.
I particularly liked the question that said, why don't we trade you two for Nolan Arenado?
You never know what the kids are going to say.
Oh, dude, they're standing right there. What the heck?
There's no filter on what comes out of the kids' mouths.
Yeah, people treat people like there's some sort of fantasy pond and not that they're sitting right there. Let's check sports headlines.
Illinois women in action over in Bloomington, Indiana. Let's see if we can have the success that our guys had earlier this week, beating the Hoosiers. The tip-off is set for Indiana at 6 o'clock. We had number 12, Michigan State, 90-85 over Penn State last night. That's who our Illini will face on Sunday up in East Lansing. Number 17, Purdue over Washington, 69-58. Number 20, Michigan at Minnesota at 6 o'clock tonight. Maryland is at Northwestern at 8 o'clock, and Rutgers will be in Nebraska for an 8 o'clock tip-off. Atlanta over the Bulls, 110-94. Milwaukee over Orlando, 122-93. Indianapolis's Pacers are in Detroit at 6 o'clock tonight. NHL will have the Chicago Blackhawks in Nashville at 7. Calgary's down in St. Louis to face the Blues at 7. Parkland College men's basketball team winning again. They're 16-2 on the season. And we're gearing up for the NFL playoffs. Who you got? I'm already seeing stuff about the squares and some of my favorite establishments.
Put your name on a square, and then if your numbers match the end of the first, second, third, or the end of the game, you can win money.
Is that how it works? I just know I'm tossing $25 out the window.
Okay.
So.
No, you don't even know how to play.
I don't even know.
You don't know the numbers you have at the...
I mean, not really.
Okay. Well, hopefully they're honest enough to contact you if you win.
Yeah, that's what happened in that March Madness one year. I had Villanova, and they went on to win it all. And somebody, bumped into me in the hallway at Unity and was like, "Deuce, man, congratulations for what? You won, man."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, all right.
Well, good of you
Where's
to know.
That Steve Gotzel? He owes me money.
Where your money's going, Diane. Yeah, Super Bowl stuff will be decided pretty soon. We're in the final 8 teams and then final 4, and then we'll have the Super Bowl in February.
And as you said, nothing confirmed yet when it comes to the Bears and the coaching carousel going on at Soldier Field.
Well, we'll see. They're going to have to hire somebody, that's for sure.
Man, they're interviewing a lot of people.
ESPN 93.5, 819.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and have this Saturday a better feel, albeit windblown for the next couple. Temperatures heading back to and a little above seasonal norms, but the bottom drops out over the front part of the weekend. Another round of cold wave weather due in, certainly over the back end of the weekend through early to mid next week as well. Up to 34 today, more seasonal, breezy, partly sunny skies, southwest to west wind 12 to 24 and gusty. Not as cold tonight in the low 20s. Watch for some areas of freezing fog late. For the day tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog, maybe a little black ice early in the day on the roadways. Keep an eye on that. Partly sunny skies, seasonally mild but windy. A little rain late in the day, the high about 38. A couple of rainy spells tomorrow night. Areas of fog develop, low down to 32. On Saturday, windy turning colder, a little snow rain mix early. Some snow showers by afternoon. Temperatures at 32 and dropping into the lower 20s. We'll be in the lower teens Sunday and down near 5 below Monday and Tuesday morning. For Stevie J Broadcasting, meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Shoppers were apparently spending cautiously in the holiday season. Retail sales rose in December, though not as much as economists predicted. The increase 0.4%. Excluding autos, it's also 0.4%. The Commerce Department revised November retail sales numbers higher. Black Friday sales were in November this year, but Cyber Monday sales were in December. Shoppers are back to buying at Target. Sales rebounded in the holiday season, especially for clothing and toys. Black Friday and Cyber Monday saw record sales. The number of new claims for unemployment benefits for last week came in at 217,000, more than expected. Morgan Stanley and Bank of America reported better than expected earnings this morning. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
I'm Benjamin Hall, Fox News senior correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, and I'm searching for heroes. Every Monday, I'll speak with a few silent but noteworthy heroes, everyday people who illuminate stories of compassion and are true embodiments of heroism. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Searching for Heroes with Benjamin Hall, wherever you download podcasts, and please leave a rating and a review.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
DSC supports people in living a rich and meaningful life. Make a charitable gift to the Tree of Hope campaign through the end of January and give children and adults with developmental disabilities and their families a future filled with independence and choice. DSC is very close to reaching their goal and need your contribution to make a difference. Find out about ways to give, volunteering, and supporting by visiting dsc-illinois.org.
Well, speaking of which, Jody Harmon's jumped in. Developmental Services Center, DSC Tree of Hope campaign still going on, and still a number to reach. You can still give money, Jody, right?
Yes, through the end of January. We have a $300,000 goal this year, and we are $48,000 away. So we can do this.
Yes, we can do this. Now, how many years have we been doing this?
This is the 31st annual Tree of Hope. But, I think our first goal was $40-some thousand, so it just, the community has really just grabbed onto this campaign, and they support it year after year. And every year we gain new donors, and we're just trying to keep those donors and add more every year by sharing the stories of the people that we support at DSC.
All right, Developmental Services Center, where does the money go? What do you do?
Right, the money goes directly to support the children and adults that we serve. We are able to enhance the programs, create new programs, but then also, we do have a funding gap, so that helps to eliminate some of the funding gaps that we have for some of our programs that are not fully funded.
Could be a child with autism, could be several developmental issues that they have.
Absolutely.
That need but they're able to do so much with little support and help, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And when we were a family in 2006 with the spotlight on Aiden, he just wasn't meeting the developmental milestones that a kid should have. So DSC provided in-home therapy with Judy Ullum coming and showing us how to do productive play. You know what I mean? And to help Aiden along. And I just really feel like the man he is today at the age of 21, the foundation that he got from the help of DSC was huge in his life, and so many great resources. Also talk about the adult chapter and helping with that workforce piece.
Right. So, what you were talking about is, seeing the children from birth to 3. Some children don't have to come back after, they turn 18 or 21 and age out of school or graduate from school. So those that do come back, we offer many different programs as an adult. Employment services, like you said, we can help an individual find a job, retain a job, switch jobs if they want to. We have residential program where we have 10 group homes throughout Champaign County, and also a 25-bed apartment complex. So those are just a few of the adult side programs that we have. Adult services during the day, so day programming where individuals can either come to DSC or their groups are out and about in the community doing a number of things.
Across the street from what used to be Dallas and Company, and over in that area on University is it the Crow's Nest?
It's the Crow at 110.
The Crow at 110.
The Crow at 110 is for those individuals that maybe want a more non-traditional employment opportunities. So they are entrepreneurs there. They are creating, could be artwork, candles. They're making handmade candles, wax melts, soaps. So, and they sell them, and that's their job. So we help provide that programming to allow them to make those items and sell those
items. There's
items.
just something about empowering someone,
Absolutely.
having them do productive things so that they just feel so much better, and the connections that you're making in our community. I'm just so grateful for Developmental Services Center.
We're so thankful for this community and all they do for DSC.
Is there more need for group homes? I mean, is there just trying to get them to independent living? Is that a possibility, and it's more about lack of funding?
Definitely, we've seen in the last couple of years a few group homes in Champaign County actually closed. But because of our funding and our staffing, it's difficult just to take over one of those homes because we don't have the funding or staffing to be able to do that. So it takes a long time really to open up a group home. This past year, we actually opened up a group home in Mahomet. It was a house that we had owned for a while, but just now, after 5 or plus years, we were able to get all the people that were going to live there, all of their state paperwork done, and also the staffing just to allow those 4 individuals to move into their forever home.
Wow,
Nice.
that's exciting. Again,
Congratulations.
Probably a lot more there if you had more resources.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and that makes me think, if you visit dsc-illinois.org, if someone is traveling in their car and they think, they could help in some kind of way, maybe they have an idea on a home, or maybe they're in the last chapter of life, they'd like to give their home, whatever that may look like, or they want to volunteer or join the staff, you're always looking for those opportunities.
Always looking for, you were alluding to, estate planning. The gifts that we're able to receive through somebody's estate helps to sustain DSC for long term. We have an endowment that we are able to deposit that money into, and that is going to keep DSC strong for many years to come.
And if someone feels passionate about this, they can be on the board as a committee member.
Absolutely. We are always looking for board members at DSC. We actually have 3 different boards at DSC. DSC. So one that meets every month and two that meet quarterly. So something for everybody. If they're interested in being on a board, absolutely reach out.
We need $48,000 to make your goal, Jody Harmon. How can people connect with you and give some money?
Yes, so you can donate online at dsc-illinois.org. 1304 West Bradley Avenue in Champaign is our address if you'd like to mail a check. We were just really thankful for this community, and if you are looking for an organization to support and you want to enrich the lives of people with disabilities, DSC would love to have you as a part of our family.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for driving down.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Go DSC. Rooting for you.
DSC-illinois.org.
All right, going to be back with the news next. ESP on 93.5. On this Thursday morning, January 16, news next.
You mentioned lawnmowers. Can I buy a Dixie chopper in January?
Oh yeah, there's still a couple of great, gently used, well taken care of. One of them was actually Gail's mower from last year that he used, that he's got in. It's got a couple hundred hours on it. It's really an excellent machine. It's like new. You're not going to find a more well maintained.
I bet.
And of course, when he's wanting to get the most out of it, and he's not turning it up. If something looks off on it, he's going to get it fixed, and we've maintained that and done well with it. So that's a great buy for somebody that's looking for a bigger, even a commercial guy, somebody that wants to get started in the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing to do right there. The warranty's still intact on it, so we're looking to move that. We've got a few new mowers in the shop and ready to go. Just talk to Andy at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can give him a call at 217-328-0562.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A Gaza ceasefire and hostage for prisoner swap is on hold. There's internal disagreement in Israel, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims Hamas is reneging on part of the deal, which the group denies. President-elect Trump's incoming National Security Advisor Michael Waltz on Fox and Friends.
There's some last-minute shifting. They actually have to prevent names on lists and a specific timeline for when those exchanges will be taking place.
President Biden says in a farewell address he sees dangers to American democracy ahead.
The strength of our institutions and the character of our people matter and must endure. Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith.
He's being honored with a military commander-in-chief farewell ceremony today. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Michael Madigan finished testifying in his racketeering trial. The former Illinois House Speaker left the witness stand after nearly 12 hours of testimony Tuesday. He said he regretted keeping up meetings with Danny Solis because of his behavior. Solis recently recorded Madigan for the FBI. Authorities investigating the cause of a fire at a business in Champaign broke out Tuesday in the Marketplace Shopping Center on North Neal Street. Crews able to quickly extinguish the small fire. One firefighter treated on scene for a minor injury, and only one store sustained minor damage. Older drivers in Illinois could face fewer barriers to renew their driver's license next year as part of a bill that would raise the age for state-mandated annual driver's tests from 79 to 87. Illinois is the only state that requires a driving test for seniors based on age. Currently, people 79 and above are required to take a road test to renew their license. And that's a check of news here on your Thursday. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance. And they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863. Or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
It's always great when Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty can stop by our studios and explain a few things, like some of the most important things when it comes to selling a home.
Most of the people don't know what they don't know, so they contact us immediately so we can help guide them through that prep stage. Right now, more than ever, you're trying to do as much as you can to get as much back, especially somebody that just recently bought within the last year and a half, and they bought at elevated prices. So this is uncharted territory for a lot of newer buyers that don't have a lot of equity built up in their homes. They have a job change or they need to get out of there. They're trying to figure out how to make that happen. So we're able to educate them, help them through that. A lot of people are just trying to dive back and go, is it the right time to buy or sell? And a lot of people have hit the pause button on that. And that's fine. People need to feel good about the process, need to feel good about their decisions. None of this needs to be reckless. And I think a lot of the stuff that we hear within the media just kind of fuels some of that. And I think it's a pretty simple process still if you're doing it for the right reason.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group with eXp Realty, getting you that immediate cash offer on your home with flexible fees. Sell your home for the most money possible. Start packing.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and Hampus. Saturday, a better feel, albeit windblown for the next couple. Temperatures heading back to and a little above seasonal norms, but the bottom drops out over the front part of the weekend. Another round of cold wave weather due in, certainly over the back end of the weekend, through early to mid next week as well. Up to 34 today, more seasonal, breezy, partly sunny skies, southwest to west wind 12 to 24 and gusty. Not as cold tonight, in the low 20s. Watch for some areas of freezing fog late. For the day tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog, maybe a little black ice early in the day on the roadways. Keep an eye on that. Partly sunny skies, seasonally mild but windy. A little rain late in the day, the high about 38. A couple of rainy spells tomorrow night. Areas of fog develop, low down to 32. On Saturday, windy turning colder, a little snow rain mix early. Some snow showers by afternoon. Temperatures at 32 and dropping into the lower 20s. We'll be in the lower teens Sunday and down near 5 below Monday and Tuesday morning. For Stevie J Broadcasting up just Greg Soldier.
Gotta like this new t-shirt I just saw. That's what I do. I smoke meat. And I know things. And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Yeah, you look like an Olympian with this t-shirt on. All the muscles rippling out over the shoulders. And the pecs and the biceps and the triceps.
He's hot.
That's what I do. I smoke meat.
By the grill.
And I know things. How are you?
I'm good. That was a little gift from Donna for Christmas. She saw that and just had to buy it, I guess. I don't know.
It fits you. There's no question. And not very many guys are wearing that actually have won big-time competitions like you guys have, for crying out loud.
Well, it's been a journey of fun.
Well, you've done great. All right, what am I talking? What's fuel? What do you mean fuel?
Well, last week we talked about the different smokers that you could get and invest in and use to create some barbecue art. But you got to run it on something, and fuel is the one of the most important ingredients. I mean, and it's that way in everything. I mean, top fuel dragsters, that nitromethane fuel means everything to running those engines right. In trucking, we have to have the right diesel bio blend in our trucks to make them run right. It goes the same with your smoker. You got to have the right fuel in it to make it work right.
Okay, so I don't just put a pile of leaves in there, right? I get pellets or something.
Oh, God, you can't go out and pick up sticks in your yard and throw them in your smoker. I've actually seen people do that.
Oh, boy.
But now the one I know least about is the pellet smoker, so we'll just blow through that real quick. I know there are tons of pellets you can go out and get.
Yeah.
You want to get pellets that are specifically for smoking meat, not the ones that I guess they're pellet wood burners that people use to heat their houses. And those pellets are different than, that's like picking up sticks and throwing them in your smoker. Those would be different. Those aren't food grade pellets. You don't want any binders in it. Some companies will use vegetable oil to bind it to make the pellets. If you're going to do an easy bake oven, you want to make sure you're getting, that's what we call the pellet smokers. You want to get the right food grade pellets, and they have all different flavors. And to me, they all taste the same, and that's bad. But anyway, to each their own. There are several type of wood that you can get that they claim are pure in the pellets, but be sure and check those labels, make sure there's no binders in it.
Mm-hmm.
But then for a smoker like we use combination of wood, charcoal, and extruded charcoal logs. They're called char logs. So that's what we're burning in ours, and we're making sure we're using a pure hardwood charcoal. And I specifically, on purpose, use hickory. And we talk about smoke being an ingredient. Well, it comes from the type of charcoal you're using.
So really, this is critical. If you say it's an ingredient, why wouldn't I want the best ingredient?
Correct. And a good lump charcoal is what you're looking for. We don't use the charcoal briquettes, the pressed shapes. We don't use those. Sometimes we use them on a grill if we're grilling a pizza or steaks or burgers or something like that, but it's very rare. And then the brand that you're getting, and I'm not endorsed or paid by anybody, but we use B&B products. They seem to be the most pure in all the stuff that we've tried.
Where do you buy stuff like that, Tim?
Ace Hardware is where I've been getting most of my B&B. It used to be in the big box stores, but I haven't seen it in a few years there. But a lot of times Ace doesn't have it in the store, but you can ask them, and it's in their warehouse, and they can order. I go down to my local Ace Hardware store and get 10 or 12 bags at a time, and they'll have it in just a few days. The same goes with the char logs. That's a B&B product, too. It's an extruded charcoal, and it has a hole in the middle that sucks air in and makes it burn hot, and we'll use that to keep heat in a smoker, especially when it's cold. As we're going through the process, about every 20 minutes, we have to put a couple of sticks of wood in, and I'll throw 3 or 4 char logs in with it at the same time to keep that consistent heat going.
Are you saying B&B is in boy and boy or boy and David? Is it B&D?
B&B, like boy and boy.
Boy and boy, B&B. All right, boy and boy, that's what I'm looking for. Ace, you say has it or can get it. That's a big deal. It's a big deal to get to
that one. And in
one.
Urbana, Farm and Fleet had it out there by the dedicated diesel shop. That's where I've seen it and found it before also. Just walking in, saw it there.
Good.
Well, and I feel like when we were talking about smoking cheese that we talked about some of these different pellets. And
it's cold smoke. That was cold smoke.
Yeah, that's cold smoke.
Yeah, I know my stuff. I hang around with Tim Onstad. I know my stuff. Cold smoke it. Yeah. Oh,
and probably the most important part is how you start your fire. Well, back to charcoal real quick. Do not use the products with the charcoal starter already in the charcoal. That's like putting poison in your drink of water. It's just not, the flavor's in there. It's never gonna leave. It's gonna come out unless you like the taste of charcoal starter. I don't know. But we use a product called Tumbleweeds. It's put out by Royal Oak, and they have a good lump charcoal. We get given probably 3 or 4, 6 bags of Royal Oak charcoal a year. I don't use them for competition because I find that it's more inconsistent than and less dense than what B&B is. But they have a great fire starting product, and we put a chimney full of coals in it's called a chimney. It's a little basket, and you put something underneath it and light it. And we use those tumbleweeds. There's no smell. There's no flavor to them. It's just a spun paraffin product, and it burns clean, burns all completely away. And they also have paraffin cubes and things like that that you can use, but you'll want something with no odor. I've seen guys use charcoal lighter fluid in competitions, and even when we cooked the tailgate last fall, a guy from Chicago came through and he recognized me. He worked with another team from Chicago that cooked in some competitions. And when he said the name, it instantly popped in my head. They use lighter fluid.
Oh, no kidding.
Because we can smell that a mile away.
darn.
And we joked around about that a little bit. And he said he'd been trying to get Big Daddy Ooey's the team's name. He said he'd been trying to get him to stop using that. And, but yeah, that was not a good thing.
All right.
But then your wood, you want pure hardwood. You want to get something dry, some good seasoned wood. We use hickory.
Well, this is PhD level stuff, man. You know how this is deep. This is good stuff, though. Good stuff. B&B, I've got it. And we can always reference Tim Onstott's brain if we need to ask a question. He's
Absolutely.
got it right with him. And he wears the T-shirt. That's what I do. I smoke meat and I know things. So. Anyway, Tim, talk to me about Gale Forex Trucking. Any news?
We have gotten a couple new drivers on board that joined the team, and I think I may have one open spot left, maybe two. And we can always buy more trucks if they're good drivers. But the last week has been a challenge. Greg's got this cold air pressing down on us. Looks like we got a heat wave here for a couple of days. But it's been a challenge, but everybody has stayed safe, and I appreciate that. Got a great group of guys that know that they have to safely service the customers, and they're doing that.
And their elements of character, and describe the kind of driver you would love to hire.
Somebody that wants to work, knows the importance of being on time and servicing the customer, but also enjoys their quality home time with their family. It's difficult for truck drivers that are stuck out on the road for weeks at a time, so we just don't do that to them. We want them to have that quality time, rest their brain, rest their body, be with their family. That's real important to us.
And Dedicated Diesel, home of the Dixie Chopper, still got Gale Forex used Dixie Chopper laying around the yard there? Or?
Yeah, I believe Gale's is still there. It is a great machine. A big classic, and then we have a couple more good, really good used models I'd like to get rid of before the snow's gone. But now's the time to check out some great deals while your grass is covered up. I know most people aren't thinking about mowing yet, but this is the time. This is the time that the prices are going to be their lowest.
And speaking of Illinois, Indiana, the other night, you had Bobby Knight coming into your gym down in Effingham back in the day watching Uwe Blopp practice.
Yep. Yeah, we were fortunate. Bobby spoke at our high school banquet and said some things that I'm not allowed to say on the radio. But he was very entertaining. But, Illinois came in and laid a butt whooping on Hoosiers.
I'm telling you, that's hard to do over in Bloomington, Indiana now. It really is. That was some kind of 25-point win. It was fantastic. Right. Tim, how can people connect with Tim Onstott?
But in a way, that's frustrating, Stevie. That is so frustrating. And I'm an Illinois fan because all of my friends are, and I cook for Illinois fans. It's frustrating because you see something like that happen, but then you go back to USC or you see Oregon blow out Oregon, and you see the inconsistency against USC, and we just need to get them consistent.
Well, I think we have a game or two like that every year, and hopefully that was it. So that was not so good. How can people reach Tim Onstott?
They can get me at timo@gftlog.com. They can call the office at 765-793-7131. Get a hold of Andy. The shop is 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, 217-328-0562, or Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
You're the man. Thank you so much, Tim. Always a pleasure. Thanks,
you. Thanks, guys.
You bet. 848 ESPN 93.5.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
We're talking to Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group.
Yeah, I mean, we hire full-time agents. That's a non-negotiable for us. We're really picky about who we hire. We interviewed over 30 agents last year. I took 2. That's a lot different than a lot of the people that we compete against. Nothing against them, but sometimes they're collecting bodies and trying to train and educate them, bring them up to something. We only hire experience. Everybody on my team has been a part of over 100 transactions before you're even eligible to be on my team. And then we can work from there and go from some things. But they're showing up to the office every day. We have conversations about market conditions, and we're able to be a little more aware of what we're experiencing and then use all that information amongst each other to kind of help each other through these times and help our clients in return.
So call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans with eXp Realty, 217-239-7113, or do an online search to Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with the Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Illinois basketball star Merez Johnson on needing some help from Sarah Champagne and Ben Quattrone.
I was going back home for a weekend and I was going to be downtown. I text Ben, can I get a different car? Go to Chicago, and I got something small, a nice Buick, something that was nice. I got my car back when I came. It was quick. Ben and Sarah Champagne took care of me.
And Sarah Champagne would do that for you too. Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, and Benton vicinity. Not a bad day's worth of weather compared to the cold of yesterday, and plenty of that type of cold returning over the course of the weekend. Up to 34 today with a partly sunny sky, stiff southwest to west wind, some areas of fog late night tonight, down near 22. Tomorrow, some patchy freezing fog early, then partly sunny. A little rain late in the day, the high at 38. So we'll get a little brief spell of some snow melt going over parts of the area. We'll turn the winds in from the north late tomorrow night with a low down to 32 and some rainy periods. And then on Saturday, windy turning colder, little rain snow mix early, some snow in the afternoon, and a high up to 32 but dropping to 20 by evening time. Won't get past 10 on Sunday. Readings between about 10 above for the high. On Monday and Tuesday, 0 to 5 below at night. Readings will briefly pop back into the 20s with some snow chances late Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Bundle up here again in the days to come. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Beetlejuice, Greg Solgay.
If you're looking to get the most from your money, you should. A free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank is a great idea, giving you access to their Reward Saver, which earns you an exceptional annual percentage yield and increase your earnings potential. No monthly service fees or minimum balance required. When you're ready to make the most of your money, you can switch to rewards checking and Reward Saver from Fisher National. You can see monthly requirements at any branch or visit fishernational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
Holiday hangover got you feeling weighted down. We're not talking candy, pie, and eggnog-induced pounds. We're talking about the clutter chaos. Old furniture, tank of lights, and junk galore. Time to detox your space with 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Ditch the junk and start fresh. Head to 2menjt.com and schedule your junk removal today. Use code NEWYEAR25 and score $25 off your next junk removal. Offer valid at 2 Men in a Junk Truck, Champaign, Illinois.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Jet's Pizza is offering a special deal when you spend $25. Just use promo code 5ADD. That's the number 5ADD and specify Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks for only $5. Combine that with their current $5 off pizza promos and you can cheer on the Illini while enjoying hot pizza with your favorite Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks. What a deal. You spend $25, enter 5ADD for Jet's bread or cinnamon sticks for just $5. Jet's, better because it has to be.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, enjoy the warm 22, and relative to yesterday, really warm, and then deep freeze Monday, Tuesday, looks like. All right, Diane, let's do this again tomorrow.
That's right. Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Don't forget Cardinal Caravan tomorrow at 11. The doors open at the Hilton Garden Inn in Champaign. If you want to be part of that, we'll talk all about it in the morning. Thank you for listening. Have a great Thursday.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, this is Troy Lands from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With colder temperatures here, let's make sure your heating system is operating at its best. At Lands, you can join our comfort family and get exclusive savings and support to keep your heating system in tip-top shape this winter and all year round. Our plans offer tune-ups, discounts on repair, and even lifetime system enhancements. Plus, we back up our equipment with labor warranty when we install it. Find out more about our comfort family maintenance plans at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Well, let's ask you about Gale Ferrex Trucking. What's happening to start 2025, sir?
Well, it's been busy. Of course, we have the weather challenges, but we're getting through all of that. Our drivers have been safe, and they're all professionals. We go into this time of year, and it's a lot like college football. This is the year that things change a lot, and we had to make a couple of adjustments to make our team stronger. And, you know, it's funny when you talk about those things, somebody knows that you're talking about him, so he made that decision easy. And then we had a guy enter the transfer portal, a good driver. He wanted something different, so he went to a team in Texas to work for us. So
well, you've got a good bunch of guys, and you treat them like family, and they're home on the weekends, and that's what's made you so successful, Tim, no question. Listen, thank you, Tim Onstott. You're the man. How can people connect with you?
They can get me at timo@gftlog.com. My office number is 765-793-7131.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.